Imagine you're spending money on a Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube, discount, and promotions. At the end of this month, your sales increased. That sounds great, but there is one major problem. Which marketing activities actually brings those sales? Was it Google ads, Facebook, YouTube, or discount, or would some of those customers who have purchased anyway? This is the exact problem that marketing mix modeling helps to solve. Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Marketing Mix Modeling. In this playlist, we are going to understand marketing mix modeling, also known as the MMM, from the basics all the way to practical and advanced tools. We will start with the core concept, then build the simple model using a Google Sheet, and then later explore tools such as Python, Meta Omni, and Google Meridian. The goal is to understand how business can turn scattered marketing spend into a measurable business results. And don't worry, you don't need advanced statistics or programming language to begin. With a simple example, suppose one company spent $1,000 on Google ads, $800 on Facebook ads, and $500 on the YouTube ads. At the end of the month, sales increase. We can see the output, we can see the input. We can see the input. The company invested money into 3 advertising channels, and we can see the output. Sales increased. But what happened between the advertising spend and the final sales? That middle section is like a black box. We know that marketing probably influenced the result, but we do not yet know how much each channel affected or contributed. Did Google Ads generate most of the sales? Did Facebook support customers early in their decision making process? Or did YouTube create awareness that later resulted in the search and purchases? Without a proper measurement method, it is difficult to answer those questions. When businesses cannot see what's happening inside the black box, they often start guessing. For example, some may say that Google Ads received the large budget, so it might have generated a large number of sales. But spending more money on a channel doesn't automatically mean that the channels created more value. Another person may believe that Facebook is working because they notice the more engagement there. Someone else may give all the credit to the final ad that a customer clicked. So those assumptions can create an illusion of clarity. But the reality is much more complicated. Marketing channels working frequently together. A customer might first watch a YouTube ads, later see the Facebook ads, search for the product on Google, and then finally make a purchase. So assigning all the credit to one channel may produce a misleading conclusion. And when important budget decisions are based on the intuition rather than evidence, so the business become vulnerable to waste spending. This is where marketing mix modeling comes in. Marketing mix modeling, or MMM, is a statistics method that use historical data to estimate how different marketing activities contribute to the business outcomes such as sales, revenue, leads, conversions. As you can think MMM as a decoder. On the one side, we have complicated mixture of advertising channels or business conditions. MMM analysts or MMM analyze the historical pattern in that data. On the other side, it produces an estimate of contribution made by each activity. In the simple language, MMM helps answer the questions: when our marketing spending changed, how did our sales change after accounting for other important factors. MMM helps separate total sales into estimate contribution. For example, some sales may be associated with Google ads, some with Facebook ads, and some with YouTube ads. The important idea is that one platform usually doesn't create every sales by itself. Each channel may play a different role. Google ads may capture customers who are already searching, or Facebook may create a consideration. YouTube may create awareness. MMM estimate the incremental contribution of each those activities based on the pattern in the historical data. Once we understand the channel contribution, we can begin calculating the metrics such as return on investment. For example, if a channel contributed $100,000 in incremental revenue and the company spent $20,000 on that channel, we can compare the estimation return with that investment. However, marketing is not only the reason for sales change. This is one of the most important idea in the marketing mix modeling. Sales can increase because of seasonality, holiday discount, pricing changes, product launches, economic condition, competitor activity, distribution changes, or general brand demand. Imagine that the sales suddenly increase during the major holiday. If we only if you only took advertising spend, we might wrongly conclude that the advertising created an entire increases. But perhaps customers were naturally more likely to purchase during that holiday. A good marketing mix modeling attempts to separate those different layers. At the bottom, we may have baseline sales, the sales that could occur even without current advertising. Above that, we may seasonality demand, and then we may have the impact of holiday event, a discount, or finally the additional impact associated with the advertising. By accounting for those external business drivers, MMM tried to provide a major and more realistic estimate of business performance. Let's compare the guesswork method with the MMM method. The guesswork method may ignore the holiday and seasonality patterns. It may give too much credit to the channel with a large budget. It depends heavily on the human assumptions, and as a result, it creates a greater risk for wasting marketing budget. The MMM method takes a more structured approach. It can include the variable for sales, discount, seasonality, and other business factors. It evaluates all channels together instead of looking at each channel's isolation, and it uses historical data and state estimation to determine which explanation best fit for the observation sales pattern. It doesn't mean that the MMM is perfect or that is removes every uncertainty. A model is still as estimate, and the quality depends on the quality of data, the model design, and the assumptions used. But it gives businesses a much strong foundation than intuition alone. Understanding contribution is useful, but the real business value comes from what we do with this information. Suppose the model suggests that Google Ads is producing strong returns, while YouTube's ads appear to have lower return at the present spending level. The business may decide to test moving some budget from the YouTube to Google, but MMM is not simply about switching everything off or investing everything in one platform. Marketing performance can change as the spending changes. A channel that appear well at a lower budget may eventually experience diminishing returns. That means that every additional dollar may generate less additional value to the previous dollar. We will cover this concept later in the playlist when we discuss the saturation curves. Ultimately, MMM can help businesses make better decisions about where to invest more, where to reduce spending, and how to improve the overall return on investment. This video is only foundation. Throughout this playlist, we will build understanding step by step. First, we will cover the core concept behind the marketing mix modeling. Next, we will learn more about the data requirement for the MMM project, and then we explore the important statistics concepts such as regression, ad stock, saturation curves, and feature engineering. After that, we will build a simple marketing model in a Google Sheet without a coding, and after that, how to interpret the channel contribution, calculate the return on investment, and use the result for budget optimization. And finally, we will move into the advanced tools like Python and Meta Omni and Google Meridian, and the end we will bring everything together in a complete end-to-end project. Now that we understand the basic concept of marketing mix modeling, and the important question remain: how is MMM different from the attribution model, or how is MMM different from the marketing attribution? Both approaches attempt to measure marketing performance, but they examine the problem in a different ways. Attribution models or attribution generally focus on the customer touch point and the conversion journeys, and marketing mix modeling focus on the aggregate historical pattern and estimate the contribution of marketing alongside other business factors. In the next episode, we will compare marketing mix modeling, marketing attribution, okay, and we will discuss how they work, their strength, limitations, and when a business should use each method. So the quick summary is that marketing mix modeling is a statistical approach that uses historical data to estimate how marketing channels and other business factors contribute to sales and other business outcomes. It helps businesses move away from the guesswork, measure the channel contribution, understand the return on investment, and make more informed budget decisions. So if you found this video helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and just wait for a new episode, and let me know in the comment section what is the most biggest channel you have faced when measuring the marketing performance. And thank you for watching, and will appreciate your time.